curious about life as a French expat in Malaysia, wondering about cultural quirks and culinary adventures. Let's dive into the journey with Matt today, all the way from France.
Nice to see you this morning.
Nice to see you. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien, merci. Et toi?
Ça va très bien.
Very good.
Yeah. So, how are you, man?
I'm very good, thank you.
All good?
Yeah.
Nice one. So, thank you for coming for
Thank you for having
today's
me.
episode. And I feel so excited for this episode because this is gonna be the very first episode that actually involve a French.
Is
right?
it? All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the last.
Maybe the last also, but I'm sure we have the next one.
For
right?
sure.
All right. So you left France at 21 years old.
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
So and then you came straight to Malaysia.
No, actually, I was doing a business school in Paris, and then I went to an exchange as an exchange student to Germany for like 6 months, and it was my first real experience living abroad. And then I felt really excited about this. I really liked the experience, and I decided to find a way to travel more.
Okay.
And this business school I was studying at offered me a dual degree in Thailand to go to study in Bangkok. I took the opportunity, went for a year in Bangkok. After the year in Bangkok, actually, I called back some people I was doing an internship for back in Paris, and they offered me a job here in KL. So I came to KL for a 2-year contract. It worked pretty well. I liked the country. I wanted to stay longer. So then they offered me a local contract for another 2 years, and then 10 years later, I was still here in Malaysia working for them.
Wow.
And then I was working for them during the day, DJing during the weekends, mostly at night. And then it became a little bit too much to do both. So I decided I was more happy on the music scene, on the event side than on the telecommunication side, which was what I was doing. It also involved a lot of traveling, but traveling for work is not the same as traveling for pleasure, right? I started to get bored a little bit about it, and so I decided to resign from this company and go full time in the music and event industry.
That's nice.
And now I've been here for about 16 years or something like that.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it was not planned. I just followed the flow, in life.
Yeah. Just follow the flow, right?
Yeah.
So guys, make sure to follow the flow, guys.
Follow
the flow.
That's the
right.
point. Right. Yeah.
Sometimes I plan a lot, but it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you have just to follow what you feel is good. Listen to your heart, see where your passion is, and then go with it.
Yeah, that's true. So actually, were you like telecommunication engineer or?
I was on the marketing side, on the business side of it. So I was a regional manager for the operations of Alcatel-Lucent, which was a telecommunication company taking care of the networking behind mobile phone. Yeah.
Wow. So you started in France, Paris.
Yeah.
But then you moved to KL.
Yeah. So during the business school, so it's So we have a prep school for 2 years and then business school for 3 years. And then during these 3 years, I stopped after the second year to do we call it a gap year, where you work for a company, earn a bit of money, earn a bit of experience, and then go back to the business school. So when I went back, that's when they offered me to go to Thailand.
Okay.
So that 1 year experience with this telecommunication company is what brought me to Kuala Lumpur, because that's the people who hired me in Kuala Lumpur after that.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. How long were you in Bangkok, by the way?
About a year. Yeah.
How was it?
Awesome experience. So I had zero experience about Asia.
Okay.
You have people in Europe crazy about China, Japan, all these kind of things. I was not this kind of kid. I just came here a bit by chance, to be honest with you. They would have offered me a dual degree somewhere else. Probably I would have gone somewhere else. But that was a new program. They wanted one of the top students to go there to test the program, and they offered me, and I was like, okay, it's a good opportunity. Let's go and check it out.
Wow.
So when I arrived in Bangkok, I was like, wow, this is Asia. Right?
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's the first country in Asia.
First country in Asia, and first real experience. Like the real Asia, not the Asia that we have back home. The real one. And so
So you prefer Malaysia or Thailand?
I prefer different countries for different reasons. I think for settling down, working, Malaysia is probably better. I mean, at least for me. I think different people, need different things. For me, it's better here. I love the variety of food in Malaysia. I love the variety of cultures. The fact that you have many different cultures and people accept each other. I think it's something very nice here and a lot of potential. In Thailand, I love it for holidays. The food also is very nice, but it's only one kind of food, I would say. While here you have more diversity. The fact that you can speak English here in Malaysia also makes things easier. I speak Thai, but like I cannot express myself in Thai as well as I would express myself in English. So, and I feel the culture here is closer to my own culture compared to Thailand.
You can speak Thai?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
wait.
When I was living there for a year, I was not in Bangkok itself, a little bit on the northern side of Bangkok. If you don't speak Thai, you're gonna get scammed everywhere, so you have to speak
So
Thai.
you can speak Thai?
Yeah.
Then can you speak Malay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean, enough to, go around doing that. Yeah.
Apa kabar?
Baik.
Mana kereta?
Kereta di bawah di parking.
Betul lah?
Betul.
Boleh? Boleh cakap bahasa Melayu?
Boleh sikit sajalah.
Baik, bos.
Kalau orang kutu-kutu lah, saya boleh dengar lah. Alright.
Oh
no, I know
my
what people think about me. Like I try not to tell too much. So I can use that to my advantage.
Oh my God, you speak Malay?
16 years, I have to.
Yo. So can you speak Mandarin?
No, Mandarin I cannot. Tamil I cannot.
Oh my God, bro.
So actually, I don't learn it. I just pick it up. I just hang out with people and pick it up.
Oh, yo, man.
So I think Tamil and Mandarin, that one I would need to open a book and learn it from the book. I think.
Oh my God, bro. So you actually come across with a lot of Malays.
Yes. So what I feel is like when I travel, I don't know for how long I end up in a country. Like when I traveled to Thailand, I didn't know, maybe a year, maybe more, maybe less. Come to Malaysia, contract for 2 years. I was like, okay, I have to maximize these 2 years. And like a sponge, like soak as much as local culture that I can.
Yes.
And if I compare with my colleagues, a lot of my colleagues just stay among themselves in a group of expats, this kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't really like to do that.
Yeah, you like to explore.
I like to explore and learn from it. I feel it's like a learning opportunity, and I don't know how long I can enjoy this opportunity, so I try to get the max. So when I arrived in Malaysia, I went to a website, learned the 150 words of Malay that you need about some Malay, and so I learned these 100 words, and then from there I just listen to people and learn from people.
Oh, that's
But for me,
nice.
it's important, like when you go to a place, you need to be able to show people that you are making an effort to kind of accept the culture or like integrate the culture. And the language is the first thing. When you speak in Malay to Malay people, definitely they open up and they are more. They I don't know what to say, but they like the fact that you make the effort of learning.
Yeah, that's true. So, how have you been adapting to life here?
Easy.
Is it?
Life is way easier here. I feel people are more relaxed. There's not that much stress. Yeah, like in terms of work environment. So it's pros and cons every time. You gain one side, you lose one.
Yes.
So it's relaxed, it's good, but when the project needs to go fast, then it's also difficult. You have to push people a bit more. So you win. But I feel the overall lifestyle here is way more enjoyable. I think it's a trade-off. Everywhere you go, you gain, you lose. When I come here, I gain the fact that I can travel easily around Asia. It's not very far. It's not very expensive with AirAsia and stuff like that. I lose on the arts side.
Outside.
Like for example, stand-up comedy, live performance. People, like performing in the street. This kind of thing, I think is missing. I feel like I enjoy that more back in Europe than here. So I gain on one side, like people are nice. It's not so stressful. The weather is good. You can travel around. Food is good and everything. But on the other side, you lose on the art scene, which you can still catch up a little bit online. Watching shows online and stuff like that. But I like to experience it. I used to work for a radio back in Paris, and I would be invited to all the shows. It's like every day I would be invited to 4 or 5 different concerts, live performance, stuff like that. Well, here I think this is a little bit missing.
So France is more like to art, right?
Yeah. There is more arts over there than here. Actually, the government there is sponsoring a lot of artists to perform, which develop the art scene very, very fast and very wide. Yep.
Are you accustomed to Malaysian food?
Yeah, of course. So every time I come here to Malaysia, people tell me, can you eat spicy food? Man, I've been living in Thailand for 1 year, and then I spent a lot of time on what is called Isan. Isan is the eastern part of Thailand, where I think is one of the spiciest food in the world. And so there I really didn't enjoy. I just feel fire in my mouth. The flavor. I didn't get any flavor. It was just burning. But then when I came to Malaysia, I feel what you guys call spicy is still acceptable. Yeah, it's not so spicy compared to and I was like, whoa, thank God, at least I can eat it. So the food here is, I love it.
But for me, it's like surprising that you feel it's not that spicy. I think mostly Europeans come here, they're gonna be like
For sure.
feeling like spicy,
Yeah,
spicy.
Well, they feel the same way as I felt the first time when I arrived in Thailand. You know, on the campus, they were cooking Thai food,
Yeah.
the way the Thai people cook it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was
Oh my God.
really, very fire in my mouth
Oh.
every day. So after a year of getting fire in your mouth, then I think you get used to it.
Yeah,
and then
you
that's
say,
fine.
bro, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. But the food here is awesome. I mean, Malaysia for food, I think it's paradise, to be honest with you. You get, you know, like so much variety for a price that is affordable, and also with the original taste, you know.
Okay.
If you go for Indian food back in Paris, it's not Indian food. It's like, it's like
It's-
it's French way of cooking Indian food kind of thing.
that's
While
true.
here you get really the original things with the original spices and stuff. So man, it's perfect.
What's your favorite food? Malaysian food.
It's difficult to have a lot of favorites in different type of different kitchen. For example, if you tell me Malay food, maybe nasi kerabu, rendang,
Rendang. How about nasi
baba nyonya food. Nasi lemak, yeah, I like it. It's not my favorite, to be honest with you.
Okay, okay.
I like it. I don't really like the salty fish, you know, like the anchovies and all
okay,
this kind
okay,
of thing.
okay.
And the
Alright.
fishy taste of the sambal and all. But I eat it once in a while. If you tell me Chinese popia, I like this kind of thing, the fresh, you know,
Okay.
popia basa, this kind of thing. If you tell me Indian, I like tandoori chicken. I mean, it's quite basic, right? It's not really crazy, but the daily kind of thing. And I love to have like different flavor in my plate,
Okay.
which I feel is one of the magic thing about Malaysia is you can have one plate with so many different flavors. While back in France, we have so much diversity of food as well, but it's like you have a meal, it's one flavor kind of
Okay,
thing, you know?
okay,
So
okay.
I feel that's something that I miss. This and my roti chana and roti pisang back home, I really miss that
Oh,
one.
dang.
That one I miss. I get used to it already.
So did you go back to France, actually?
I go back, let's say, every 2 years or something like that, you know, because
Okay.
all my family is still there, my brother, my parents, my grandmother, everybody is still there, so I need, you know.
2 years ago you went back?
Actually, I just came back. I went for the first time with my family, meaning my kids here and my wife. We went all back for a month and a half last August.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, for the first time after COVID. One of my kids was born during COVID actually, so never had the chance to
Oh.
go there. The other kid also, we never had the chance because
Okay.
she was too young at that time. So we took the opportunity last year to go all together and to show them a bit France and Europe. We toured Europe actually. We did
nice. Was it like summer, winter, spring?
It was summer because I don't want to give them a thermic, temperature shock or whatever.
Okay.
So I went for summer, and it was actually a very hot summer this summer. But we went to we spent a lot of time to Switzerland, Austria, where it's a little bit cooler next to the Alps, mountain area.
okay.
So it was cooler. So it was perfect for.
So was it like hotter than Malaysia, like during the summertime?
Pretty much the same, but it's not as humid, so it's easier to take in. You
Okay,
know?
okay.
But the thing is, like Malaysia, you guys are used to it, so you have aircon everywhere. While back
Okay.
in Europe, there is no aircon.
Yeah.
So it's hot, but you have to take it on you, kind of thing.
Yes.
It was fine.
Okay. So, are you ready for good or bad
All
question?
right, go for it. So what is it? I need to answer good or bad?
No.
What is it? Tell me. What's
Would-
the concept?
Would you rather DJ in a club full of Superman or a club full of Ultraman?
Superman.
Superman, why?
Yeah, I like the outfit. Just
Oh
for
really?
that.
A lot of Superman over there, like with the feet.
Yes.
Really? Really?
Why not?
They're gonna be like, yo, you know? when you
Yeah, as long
DJ.
as I only see the top, it's okay. As long as I don't see the tights and
Yo,
that one
my
I
God.
don't need to see. But the top is
Oh,
fine.
then
you know?
like that's the underwear part.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yo,
see the
my
underwear
God.
part. I just want to see the
Yo,
top part.
yo,
But yeah,
yo.
that's good. Then they can fly around, you know.
Yeah,
why
but
not? Why not?
man. Can you highlight some cultural differences between France and Malaysia in daily life and work environments?
Wow. Actually, I wanted to write a blog at one point. Like when I arrived in Malaysia, the blog thing was like massive. Everybody was blogging. So I was like, okay, why not I do a blog writing about the differences of culture and then what shocks me and what shocks them on my behavior and this kind of thing. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm not so sure I will be politically correct enough not to hurt people by my sayings. So I decided not to do it, at least for a while. Maybe I'll do one day. I don't know.
All right.
But yeah, so there are plenty of cultural differences. I'm not sure where to start, but okay, something very basic. Holding the door, holding the lift, this kind of thing.
All right.
Forest is very rude if you don't hold the door, don't hold the
Oh
lift
my
when someone comes. Well, here it's kind of normal. Sometimes I feel like, oh, they don't want me in the lift, or they try to press to close the door faster so I don't come in, this kind of thing. That one for me was, at the beginning, was like, wow, why they're so rude? Then I understood that, it's part of the culture, it's like that. And then when I was doing it, when I was holding the door, people were looking at me like, why are you holding the door for me? Kind of thing. So that would be one. I mean, that is like plenty. Honestly, I can write a book about it. To be honest with you. But I think that's the beauty of travel and living in different places. Is like every place has their own culture and own way to do things, and then you can learn from it. And you just need to adapt. So it's also a test about yourself. Can you adapt, or if you don't adapt, you're just gonna be angry and questioning why are they doing this one. So you just need to go and adapt. And for me, I think my character is like this, that it's easy to adapt. When I go to a place, I very fast understand, what you can and cannot do, and then I just reproduce what I see people doing pretty much. So not so difficult for me to adapt to the culture here.
So in France, when you cross the road, the car is gonna stop when
that's another thing. So when actually it's a law. By law, when you put your foot on the road, so we have payment and the road, right? So when you put your foot on the road, you have to, the drivers have to stop. If they don't stop, they could be fined for that. It's not only, and it became like part of the culture. You see someone, you stop. Well, here, I mean, I remember one time I was walking on the walkway, and then someone came out from the parking with a car and he hit me. And I was like, man, what's wrong with you? You know, like I'm here, as if like I was invisible or something like that. I was like, wow, that's next level, But I feel like here the culture is like, I don't know, I'm in my car, I do whatever I want, and the pedestrian have to adapt, kind of thing. Well, on our side, it's more like, okay, be careful, it's a life, we don't want to hurt somebody. So, now in Asia in general, you learn to look right, left, and then cross, Make sure, even if it's green for you or whatever, you have to make sure that you can cross, but it's no big deal.
Okay, so the next one. Are you ready?
Go for it.
What would you do if you found 100 rats in your freezer?
100 rats?
100 rats.
The animal?
Yeah,
dead.
Animal, mouse.
Frozen.
Alive and dead. 100. Random.
What would I do if I'll probably go to Zoo Negara and offer them to open a new attraction, which would be a cage full of rats in the dark, and so and I'll just donate my rats over there with my fridge together.
Yo, man! Oh my God, that's crazy, right?
Actually, I went to a zoo which is like this. You enter in the dark. I mean, there is a window. Obviously, you are not together with the rats, but you enter in the dark, and then you see a scene of a house full of rats, to show you what the rats would do if people are not around. How would they take over?
Is it like in?
It's back in Europe, but
back in Europe.
So see, if that would happen, you guys could experience this in Zoo Negara. Not bad, right?
Zoo Negara, right? They can open a new one.
Yes, that's right.
Right. Having experienced life in both countries, what aspects of French culture do you cherish, and what aspects of Malaysian culture do you admire? Are there any French dishes you miss? What's your favorite Malaysian dish? Do you have any plans for future moves?
All right, so I think we covered the dish thing already. The dish from France that I miss, actually, so I used to have a lot of French friends here with restaurants. So I would get my food from them, like traditional French food. But after COVID, I think it was a bit tough for them, so most of them went back. So now it's a little bit more difficult, but to be honest with you, I don't really miss food from France that I cannot cook. If I really want it, I'll just cook it. Most of it I would be able to cook. And like now, for example, my family is visiting. They brought some of the stuff that I cannot find here. So it's all good. And as I said, it's a trade-off. You lose on one side, but you gain on the other. So here, the food diversity is so good that I don't really feel I'm missing anything. What I'm missing, as I was telling you, is mostly the artistic scene back in France. The live theater, these kind of things, I kind of miss it here. I think when I came here, it was still quite lively, but after the years, I feel it's getting more and more difficult to find the shows and stuff. But I don't know. But yeah, I miss that one. I miss going out and I miss when you go to a club and it's not the music that you already know, like that kind of thing. Here also on the music scene, it's a lot of using the same popular tracks again and again, and I kind of miss this underground scene that you will feel, oh wow, what is that? Oh wow, I learned something new. I learned a new music, a new beat. That I miss it a little bit here as well. I feel the nightlife scene back in Europe or in other Asian countries is a bit more exciting than Malaysia.
Okay. That's true.
Here we have big clubs and stuff, but still the music, they are not so willing to try new music or something like
That's
that.
true, man.
And if you try new music, people are a bit reluctant, like, oh, I don't know this music, and then you clear the dance floor. So you have a very small core of people that would enjoy something, but it's not really widespread. So that part I miss a little bit as well. And what I love about Malaysia is all the rest, pretty much. You know, the lifestyle, the fact that it's easygoing, the food, the fact that it's quite central in Asia, so you can travel easily around.
Okay.
The fact also that you have a lot of business opportunities here. Like for opening a business back in Europe, everything is already in place. I've been there for hundreds of years. While here you can, as a new company, you can quickly prove yourself and get big clients. While this would be almost not impossible, but very, very difficult back in Europe. Yeah. So all this makes me feel like staying here longer. So speaking about plans of moving, to be honest, I feel like, I don't mind actually moving. If someone tomorrow tell me, okay, there is an opportunity there, do you want to go and explore?
Okay.
I don't mind. The only thing is like now I have a family, so it's a little bit more difficult to move with your wife and kids who have been living here, born here, and used to the local culture to move everybody for an experience that you don't know if it's gonna work or not, and at the end you may have to come back, and so it's a lot of, I think, trouble for families. But besides the family factor, I think you tell me tomorrow to move somewhere else, it's more like a new opportunity to experience something different, and so I'll go for it. Yeah.
So are you going back to France or other countries?
As in long term? No, no plan. The plan now is to stay in Malaysia. I'm happy here. But if something comes in the future, I'm not close to anything coming up. That's what I mean. Like I'm always open to any opportunity. So if something exciting comes up, definitely I'll go for it. Life is short, I think.
Yeah, life is short.
And my whole life I've been following the flow pretty much. So I don't really plan much in advance. I enjoy day to day, kind of thing. And so if there's something exciting coming up, I'm always up for it. So you contacted me a few days ago for that, and here we are. So
thanks, man.
I don't think, I just follow my heart, follow what I feel is a positive thing to do, and then just go for it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
What language do you dislike the most, and which do you adore?
Wow, that's a tough one. So I think each language has a different purpose. So in Europe we say, oh, French is for love. German is for when you want to fight with something. Italian is for romance. Like we have different feeling about the languages. For me, language is just a tool to communicate and to build up a relationship with people. So I really don't prefer language compared to another. I don't speak also 20,000 languages, but I can see the difference between, let's say, French, German, Thai, Bahasa. And I think once you learn the language, you also learn a little bit the way people think, because you think in your own language, right?
Yeah.
So for example, like in French, we have many ways to do a single thing. And each way will be slightly different to give a little bit of a nuance. While I feel in Malay, it's a little bit more straight to the point.
Okay.
And so that explains also why in France we use a lot of sarcasm.
Okay.
And here sarcasm doesn't work at all. People take it like straight to the letter. And like at the beginning I was struggling with that because I used to use sarcasm every second of my life. And then I came here and then I started to use it, and people were like getting angry at me and stuff like, sorry, it's a joke. And they're like, no, it's not funny. I was like, all right. And so I got to learn not to use it here. But I like the fact to have many different ways to say one thing and give a bit of a nuance, which I miss a little bit. Or maybe also because I'm not it's not my first language. Maybe there are ways to do it, but I'm not able to do it. That's what I'm saying. But there is no language that I don't like. There is obviously a language that you don't like is a language that you don't speak. I think once you start speaking it and understanding the language, then you will like it. You don't like because you feel like, oh, what is this? I don't understand. And I think it's the same. It's the same for everything in life. You fear what you don't know. Fear or dislike, I'd say. Once you know what is on the other side, then you feel like, oh wow, it's not so different from the rest. And I think that's also the beauty of Malaysia, is that you guys are mixed from the time we are born. You are mixed, and you still manage to communicate and learn from the other experiences. And I think that's a message that should be spread around to the world, because now I see, even though there is globalization, we are traveling easily and meeting more. I mean, it's easy for me to, right now, I take a flight and I go somewhere, right, compared to maybe 50 years ago.
Yes, yes.
But still, like, my generation, we were feeling like, oh, we will be one united world all together and all this. And I feel now it's not really happening with all the things that you see on the global scene. And I think it's just because people are too scared of what is on the other side. People should, make the effort, take the risk, jump, and see that, oh, actually on the other side is not so different from my side. And then that will build up more understanding, I think, more love in this planet. I think this planet needs more love.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Definitely.
We need unity, guys. Love and stuff. Hold on, let me check it.
I see you smiling. I'm waiting for that one.
This is gonna be serious. How do you navigate language barriers and cultural nuances when socializing with Malaysians? But honestly, you know how to speak Malay.
Yeah, so for me, it's not really difficult, and I think most of the people I interface with, they can speak English, or at least they can speak Malay in a way that we can communicate.
Yeah.
Just to give you a story, I was still in my early 20s. I went to Poland. I don't speak any Polish. I went to Poland to meet a friend there, and I speak zero Polish.
Okay.
I go there, nobody was able to speak any English.
Okay.
I tried German, nobody speak German as well. So I was like, all right, how am I gonna communicate? And just by body language, a smile, I don't know, you can always express yourself with your hands. I managed to, I spent there I think a month or something like that. Actually not only Poland, but then I traveled around. Nobody was able to speak my language, and still I was able to communicate by body language.
Wow.
So I think it's mostly a state of mind. If you want to communicate with someone and that person wants to communicate with you, you will always find a way. If one of them don't want to communicate, then obviously it doesn't work. But if people are willing, there's always a way. I think language is not a barrier. I think it's a tool that if you master, it's easier to communicate. But if you miss that tool, there's still a way to communicate.
Okay.
And like for the basic, I mean, obviously for the basic thing, right? But like food is, you can always mime something, people will get it. I don't think there's any way not to communicate.
Would you help me? I was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I don't speak Vietnamese. They don't speak English. I don't know what to say. I was like, they don't know what am I talking about.
But nowadays it's so easy. You have your phone. You have an app. You can always translate and show them. You can take a picture if you want to go somewhere, or if you are looking for something, show a picture. It's like the phone makes it so much easier. That day when I went to Poland, there was no phone. I mean, the phone was not widespread that time, so I had no way to show pictures or whatever. So it was really like full-time body language.
Oh my god, that's good, bro.
And I remember a funny thing. I had to go back to France, and I had to find a bus bringing me to the airport. So I go to the bus station and nothing shows airport or whatever. So I'm like going around and doing like, I want to go take a flight, and nobody was understanding that body language thing. And that one took me quite a while until I found someone saying, oh, airport, all right, okay, that way. But yeah, besides this, it's a fun experience, when you try to talk to someone, you don't speak the language, you end up laughing together because it's silly, and at the end it creates some kind of relationship as well. It's fun as well. But yeah, I know what you mean about Vietnam. I've been there as well. And
you've been there?
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, the country is beautiful.
Hanoi? Ho Chi Minh?
I prefer Ho Chi Minh. I think the more you go to the south, the more people are more open-minded, a bit more friendly, I would say. But yeah, I've been to the whole country, and I had the same experience as you with the language. Sometimes it'd be difficult, but at the end you always find a way around. So.
How long were you there?
A month plus, I think, a month and a half, something like that.
Travel?
Yeah, traveling. I had a friend from Vietnam that time. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, good or bad question?
Go for it.
What would you do if you woke up one day and could only speak to tigers?
Tigers or Thai girls?
Tigers.
The animal, right?
Animal, not tigers. Whoa!
You scared me for a while.
Yo.
Well, I will go to the jungle and find tigers to talk to, and maybe
really?
Yeah, why not? That would be fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Probably I'll start with the zoo just to make sure
Okay,
I speak properly, and then I'll go
yeah.
to the jungle.
I hope you
after.
come back safely.
Well, if you speak the language, probably tell them, hey, don't eat me
Hey,
yet.
don't eat
I have
me,
better
please,
food
please.
for you. Come.
Yeah, please.
No, actually, that would be fun. You will be able to understand what the tigers feel in Malaysia, you know, and then you will be able maybe to bring that to people to change for the good, you know.
Yeah, Malayan tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see. I have a friend actually who saw a tiger. Not too far from here in Ululangat, but I never had the chance. I mean, I'm not sure it's a chance or not, but yeah.
Selling tigers?
Yeah, a real tiger in the jungle.
Really?
Yeah, but probably sick or something, because I don't think it's very normal for a tiger to be walking around Ululangat waterfalls. But yeah, so.
Is it expensive though?
What's that?
The tigers.
Which one?
The tiger.
No, he made. Yeah. You're making me confused now.
Yo.
Never pay for a tiger or tigers. Never pay for any of it.
Okay. Do you have any advice for expats considering settling down in Malaysia?
Well, I think the advice I would give is like embrace the culture, meet as many local people as you can, do activities with local people so that you understand the culture. And there are a couple of books that actually help understanding the different things that Malaysians are doing compared to the rest of the world. One of them is, I think it's called When I Was Passing or something like that. It's like someone, I'm really bad with names and stuff like that, but it's someone that used to write in a newspaper about the things in Malaysia that are slightly different. I learned a lot from those books, and also another one is called Honk If You're Malaysian.
Okay.
And that's a book also explaining the funny things that Malaysian people do. And yeah, you can get to learn very quickly about the local culture by reading these books, I think. So that would be my 2 cents. Yeah, but mostly like meeting local people as much as you can and enjoying the life as a local and not as an expat in Malaysia with like in your own bubble. I feel that's one mistake that many people do. You know, they're in their condo and stuff like that, and they don't really explore the local life. Then they go back to the country and they haven't experienced half of the real Malaysia, and they go back with their own misconceptions that they came in with. And I think that's a pity. You know, when you go to a country, just live the way people live in this country, and then you learn a lot, and then you can better yourself as a human being.
Yeah. So when you were in Bangkok, so Bangkok is Thai. So did you have any idea Malaysians are like mixed cultures?
Not at all. So when I was in Thailand, I didn't have any clue, and even like back in Europe, I pretty much never heard about Malaysia besides the Twin Towers. And the base jumping competitions and the Formula One circuits.
All right.
So all the things was, well, the only thing I heard, Petronas, when you see Formula One. So that was pretty much the only thing I heard about Malaysia, but I had no clue about the Malaysian culture. I never met any Malaysian, even on the campus of the school, I never met any Malaysian. So I came here totally, it was an empty slate for me.
Oh.
Totally not knowing anything about Malaysia. So I learned everything on the spot, which also I think is the best way. So you don't have any misconception when you arrive. But yeah. Nothing.
So when you're here, you were surprised, like, okay, they are like mixed cultures.
So when I arrived from Bangkok, the first thing I felt was like, oh damn, there is not as much street food as there is in Bangkok at any time of the day, any time of the night. That was, I was like, oh damn, I'm gonna survive with that. And then, I started to realize, okay, there is mamak, I can still eat, But I think one thing I loved in Thailand when I was living there is like, you walk in the street and all of a sudden you see an old lady carrying some kind of food that you never tried before and say, all right, let's try that. So this kind of element of surprise, I really loved it. What I feel here is like, wow, it's very clean. It's too clean almost, in the sense that there is not a lot of randomness. There is not enough surprise on your daily life. But at the end, you get used to it. I feel it's more comfortable here, living here. And so, I just adapted and changed a bit my lifestyle to fit into the Malaysian way.
If you were stranded on a cannibal island, what would you do?
Eat them first.
Eat them first? Yes. Yo!
Eat them before they eat me. Yeah, probably.
Really?
Yeah, or either that or I'll tell them, there is better food. No need to eat each other. Maybe you will try that first. And if you don't, then I will run and then I'll eat you.
Yo, oh my God,
what to do, man? You have to survive. Or maybe I will, I think.
Yo!
No choice. Or maybe if I see another island, I'll swim to it first, and then I'll think about it. When I was a kid, I was some kind of playing adventure kind of thing, and I was
Okay.
thinking, okay, I'm on the desert island. What should I do to survive? I had this kind of thing when I was playing, and I love actually to swim from one island to another, and I was organizing parties on islands and stuff like that for a while, and then I used Google Maps, to try to find islands that nobody heard about, to try to see if you can go there and have a party, and then I came upon an island next to Port Dickson, small island. And I was like, okay, it doesn't look so far away from the coast, so maybe I can swim to it. Then with a friend of mine, we go there with a car, park the car, look at the island. It looks like, okay, it's doable.
Okay.
I tell my friend, can you swim today? He said, all right. So let's try. So we start swimming, and then I see my friend, going more often down the water than up the water. Then I tell him, okay, are you sure you can swim? He's like, maybe it's a bit too far from me. I say, okay, wait. I'll bring you back, and then I'll try again. So I brought him back to the shore, and then try again to swim to that island. It took me, I think, 45 minutes or 50 minutes, like super far away. Actually, it looked close, but when you swim, it's not so fast. I ended up on that island, and you feel a bit like obviously I was not the one discovering the island. Many people went there before, but you feel some kind of pleasure being alone, going there by yourself, swimming. So if I was on an island with cannibals and I see an island far away, I'll probably try to swim to that island first as a plan A. And plan B, I'll go for the eating.
Bro, but you literally just swim to another island?
Yeah.
Bro, how far is it, man?
But it took me 45 minutes, so quite far. I mean, not far enough, but you would see the island. Actually, I learned after that from the people there that you can wait for low tide and probably you can walk to it. There's like a sandbank. You can walk on the sandbank.
So you're a swimmer, pro swimmer.
I like to swim. Yeah, I like to swim. I'm not a pro swimmer, but I like to swim.
Yo, that's pro, man.
But you float. But you float. Whether if you're tired, you just float on your back and wait for.
Oh my god.
But that was fun.
Yo.
That's long.
You are crazy, man. You are really crazy.
But I know the limits. It's like I know my limits, so I know that there is no much danger. I was more afraid of my friends coming with me, not knowing his limits, and being afraid that he will say I can, but actually he doesn't realize how difficult it is to do it, and so that's why I brought him back to the
You should
shop.
try to register for Olympic.
Yeah, I should try. No, I have no time to train. But yeah.
All right, let me check a little bit. Okay, so what would you change or do to improve Malaysia?
Wow, to improve Malaysia.
Yeah.
More arts.
More art.
More festivals, more music, more ways for people to express artistically than what is now. Like I think, so for example, like music festivals is starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was totally out of the picture for a while. I think these things helps people to express themselves in a positive way. Of course, there's always negative ways. It's like everything. Yeah. Even if you tell, driving car is good, can be bad if people just go and bang someone else, that's right?
Yeah.
So the same story goes for arts, I think. People see too much, music festival, there will be drugs and alcohol and all this. But I think it's not really the point. The point is for youngsters to express themselves, meet people. That's the way I see it. So yeah, I think more arts. I would like to see, walk down Bukit Bintang and see people, maybe a magician here, maybe a guy doing acrobatics there, maybe a guy playing music there, which I think will bring a bit of life to this. Buskers and stuff like that. I would like to see this more. So yeah, that would make the life better.
Ultra Malaysia.
Yeah.
Ultra Malaysia.
Why not?
Why not?
Tomorrowland Malaysia,
Tomorrowland Malaysia edition, maybe.
So arts, building up the arts a bit more, and then I think also more cross-community things. I feel like in Malaysia too often the Indians are within Indians, Chinese with Chinese, Malays with Malays. It's very difficult to see a group, really Satu Malaysia group, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Satu
like
Malaysia.
all mixed.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure why, but I would like to see more mixity.
Yeah.
And I think, like when you mix cultures together, something beautiful happens. It's like it creates a new culture being fed by all this. So that would be cool, I think.
Nice.
That would be cool.
So the last good or bad question. What will happen if an Italian motorcyclist dances at the bushes beside a road in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Probably he will get shot. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Something like that. I don't know. I know a lot of people from Congo that are really happy people. They'll probably start dancing with him.
Probably, right.
Probably they'll start dancing with him to a certain extent. But yeah, they have the music in in their body, in there, you know, like the African people really feel the beats.
Yes,
and,
yes.
So proud, but yeah, depending what song he's singing, I guess. If he can bring the mood up, why not?
Yeah, why not? Maybe some African Afro beat or whatever.
Why not?
They
Why
can
not?
be like just dance, you know.
Yes, why not?
Right?
I love a lot of this African music, so I try to incorporate this a lot in my music.
Ooh,
I
nice.
feel it brings some kind of a vibe that is, you know, like I play a lot of electronic music and it's very regular.
Okay.
And so bringing a bit of live instruments.
Okay.
I think ethnic instruments especially makes it more
alive,
human kind of thing, less machine-like. And so I use a lot of beats from Africa, instruments from Africa, also instruments from Latin America, all these countries, you know, where the people really have the music in their heart, you know, in their culture, very deeply rooted. So Congo is a good place for a singer to go and sing, I guess.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Right. They actually speak French, right?
Some of them speak French. Yeah, I think depends on which sides. They also have their own language, but I think they used to be run by the Belgians or something like that. And Belgians, part of the Belgians speak French, so probably that's how. But I had some very good friends from Congo that can speak French. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Even
nice.
back in Thailand, some of the people on the campus were from Congo, and I was very close to them actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Matt, I really want to thank you for today's episode. This is crazy, guys. Guys, make sure to follow him, guys. Can you shout out to your social media?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, dj.french.chris. I think that would do it. I'm not super active on the social media. I want to be more active on in-person things. But yeah, if you want to link through Instagram, feel free to. A lot of things coming up for me this year. A lot of parties that I want to put together, like different type of parties for people more to meet, like more create a community kind of thing. So if people are interested in it, happy to join, happy to have them in.
Nice.
Happy to have you today.
Thank you.
Thanks for, giving me an opportunity to talk to people. I don't know if my stories help or not, but I hope it can have a positive impact.
Of course.
I'm easily to reach. So any follow-up questions or whatever, if people need any advice that I can give, happy to have. Yeah.
Make sure to follow Matt, guys. And also before I end this session, I just want to tell you that this mic is Boya. It's actually good for interview, podcast, YouTube, live streaming. So with two mics, with just one cord, plug into the PC and phone. So I'll link the link in the description and make sure to check it out. It's very useful. And also the tripod that I'm using right now, I'm gonna link in the description. And I'm using Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G Samsung. Also, it's a very good phone for capturing for YouTube videos in 4K resolution, super clear, smooth, and make sure to check it out. Link is in the description. And also this hat, link in the description, Marshall. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Shout out to Matt once again, episode 5.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys in the next one. Good or bad talk. See you.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.